Hi guys, I wanna say this video is sponsored by ROG and the Gaming Republic. So the Gaming Republic actually stand out to me because few months ago I was playing some serious Call of Duty and I was wondering where would gamers start to drift in, like literally. So I bought up some ROG gaming mouse from the latest series. Actually, the third series. And then this little toy that I bought for a little bit cheaper price. And this is the ROG Raikiri. And this is the top of the line gaming. If you're looking for an affordable premium featured like version of the controller, I did take it out. So this is the controller itself. And they have a nice little pill here. And they also gonna remind you is this controller come from ROG. They have a nice little logo here, Republic of Games, and then there is a Xbox button physical. And they also have like nice premium coding. If you're looking for like long hours gaming, F1 racing, soccer games, shooting games, pretty much this controller can last everything. And why would I want to say this would be a very good bet? Funny controller personnel. I gonna show you my old Xbox controller rather than the new one. This comes from Power A. It's very light, but problem comes is they have a bad reputation of dripstick. Or when you play any games, you start to feel the dripstick. While on other hand, ROG have a good drift section and it will recenter itself when it's needed. And there is also like ROG engraving on top, ROG on the side. They really want to show their ROG static. And this unit comes with RGB, which in a minute we'll be looking at it. And I also want to point out the very big difference about Power A. Power A, you can see there is no way to customize your own key or nothing that is retractable. At this point, I suggest to look at the back and then comparing it to the newer model that I'm currently holding. There is buttons, sliding button for different profiling and a little bit harder to press. Yeah, a bit harder. And there's also two of these button. If you're playing F1 shooting games, usually you use this button to drift, to speed up and everything. So that's all. And they comes with instruction manual, standard, and ASUS biggest, longest warranty card ever. Ay caramba. There's a section for warranty, your details, and where you buy, and of course, one of these different languages: Japanese, Korean, Chinese, anything that you can think of. ROG got you covered. I'm gonna put back in the box. Since in local Singapore, the ROG community is gonna be majority of the Razer or gaming or any of the Xbox Series personnel, they know that if we want to play futuristic games and we want zero drift stick problem and top of the line 2 years structure of warranty and their own branded cable. Not too bad. I mean, it could be a little bit harder. I just realized this is a gold plate. Is there like ROG engraving on this thing? Yep. They have their own branded gold plate RGB, like cable. And this is much more better. I don't know if you can see the engraving, but definitely there's an engraving of the ROG logo, the I series, to be honest. And the cable is not 10-meter long. Don't need that anyway. So basically, this is 3-meter long. And it's also compatible to PC, to Xbox. The moment you plug in, there's gonna be a very hefty drive. Let's have a look at the RGB. If I can find a good pot to replace. I managed to find a good little USB station for this. Give it a moment to boot up. Bing! Wow, this is major. This is for really aesthetic gaming personnel. If you're noticing, there is like RGB and RGB movement for light. I see you. I see this thing as an RGB. But in any other opportunity that I'm looking at, this is definitely a premium build controller. They don't detect the button initially, but you will be detected on the game itself. But you can see the grip and the old controller grip. This is hard plastic. And of course, the Xbox controller symbol on the new one is much more smaller than this one. This is considered the bigger one, and this is the smaller one. Smaller Xbox symbol, RGB rated, and there is button to share. There is button to I don't know what's this, multitasking. And then there is a 3 button option where you will have to go through the drop down menu. And this grip actually is much more worth it, because if you're looking for F1 racing and you're looking for a good controller, you're looking for shooting games, this will be your best bet. And there is also RGB, and also comes with ROG engraving, so you know where it come from, what static you want, and the type of static that I'm looking for. From my own controller standpoint, I would say this is a bigger step up. And you can pretty much guess from here, there is noticeable changes in the button and RGB. You notice on the plus on the O one, it's more of a press down. This, and this, and this. All these are like individual buttons. But on the ROG version, the plus button is an upgrade, and it's much more clickier. This will be useful if I'm going to play like Assassin's Creed Shadow later on. The buttons is much more responsive here rather than the one that comes with the engraving gaming series. But this one is definitely much more responsive. I got a hint that they're going to make my life miserable. But anyway, there is a YXBA engraving different, and on this old controller you can see a tiny peripheral. On the premium one, it doesn't have a problem. It's just that I find it to be premium, not so plasticky like the old one. The old one is much more a standpoint. And on the drift stick on the old one, it literally shows uh bad quality drift stick. You can pretty much guess from here. The drift stick on this is definitely bad. But if you're looking at this one, this drift stick is much more lasting, and it really have a self-centered. So this will be replacing my old Xbox controller, and the old one comes from a budget friendly Power A. They are a good brand in budget friendly, but if you're looking for a little premium, and you'll find that the drift stick is impossible to like forgive them for giving your controller on a budget side to give you a bad idea. I mean, it's light, and you know, Xbox button is accessible. Looks the same, but the out layer is different from a standpoint, from a budget to a premium. So, is there any way to get it on the international water? ROG is basically available international. You don't need to be in Southeast Asia, but you do have to look out on their China version of it. It's like a, I would say, Taiwanese version, because ROG is under ASUS and ASUS is under Taiwan. I think this one would be definitely not this. I wanted to bring you down to the Amazon price, but unfortunately, this one had to be in their own website. They don't have the direct version of this, but there is international water support. And for ROG standpoint, they are very good at their branding, to be honest. On a standpoint, this is definitely a gaming series that I never forget. And I would like to give you a little small peek on what they do in ROG, since they love to do marketing. I don't know which part of this is definitely the one, but it's definitely looks like this, or maybe this. There's quite a few of them building up the try mode, but I gonna see the two of them. So just to make sure I have the right setting for this. At the main point, this is definitely this one. Could be either this one or this one. Whichever, I'm gonna take a look first. That is the marketing series. Unfortunately, mine one doesn't comes. Wait. This is from ROG itself.
Long time. This is the Raikiri II. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this device. We've seen your comments in chat. We've seen your comments on YouTube, but it is coming. It is here. It is probably the most requested peripheral we've had in a long, long, long time. This is the Raikiri II.
This is the definition of a second generation. But this is definitely something to look out for if you're looking for a premium and no more drift stick issue situation, that kind of thing. Definitely look up for this branding, and I would definitely say it's a good catch if you're looking into gaming and in the future you're looking for a so-called no more drift stick situation. This is definitely the step up from a budget controller to a premium controller. It's like, I would say this controller can be very optimization wise. But I do love the idea of like having a control side by side to feel like the F1 car is in my head. But anyway, that's all from the controller side. I would say this is a good pick if you're looking for a premium exotic version of the Xbox. From legacy to non-legacy and then to legend. And it's also good for esport gaming, some esport. Depending on the tournament itself, whether you're into competitors, this is definitely something that a premium gamer content creator they would appreciate it, and esport player they will be very appreciated that a good brand and a good branding would comes into play in video game. Well, I think that's all from me, but is it worth the controller price? I mean, for 132, it's good. But keep in mind, ROG is the top brand in the premium gadget. So it will be a little bit pricier. But if you're looking into long-term investment where you don't need to go through multiple standpoint, no matter you want to flex or you want to tell your friend, hey, I got this ROG controller. But I would say ROG controllers are very friendly. Ooh, they definitely vibrate a while ago. Okay. I'm gonna try out the controller for a few days and see whether it's a good fit. And I would say this is a very different product in one. I would say ROG make a huge difference in their marketing preference. But anyway, I think that's all from me. So see you guys, and I will be updating the ROG to let them know that I made the product review. So cheers.